we doing? NYNY podcast. Why am I doing this? I don't really know, but enjoy that. How are you doing? It's Thursday evening. You sat down doing whatever you want to do on your Thursday evening. And I'm here to tell you some tips to help you young people in your finance. I don't think we as young people talk enough about money. And I'd love to learn a lot about it because I am awful at saving and I'm very good at spending. So I've done some study and I've given you some tips on how you can increase your saving and your money and your wealth. How about that? First one, I think it's very important. Get yourself a job. For me, I learned the hard way. In summer, I worked at McDonald's. I know you probably laughed at that point, but for me, it was great because I really learned the value for money. And I learned what my budget was, even though it was a little wage of somewhere between £4 and £5 an hour. It made me work hard. And I realised what the worth and the value of money is. And I think that's important because we can easily spend £4 or £5. But when you're earning that an hour, you start to realise how much money is actually worth. And that is important. So that's point number one. Young people, it is very easy to get in debt. If we get in debt at a young age, what sort of don't really know what I'm talking about here.
Example?
Yeah, exactly that. What sort of example is that setting that even at a young age you're getting in debt? Point number two, invest in what you can. You know, in the New Year's habits, one of the habit was invest in stuff. You're never too young to invest. Look into it. Seek some knowledge and some wisdom on what you should invest in. Because just imagine 5 years time that you've invested when you were younger and you've got a little sum of money that you can do whatever you want. You can use it for your gap year or you can use it for your university fund or whatever, for the mortgage of a house. But you see the significance that there is in investing when you're young because you look in 5 years where that money could be. And it is so cool to see the growth and what that investment can actually lead to. It's never too young to speak to a financial advisor. And for you that don't know what it is, look into it. Ask your parents. Your parents are very good with their finance, or we hope they are. So speak to them, find out a bit on their wisdom and see what they can advise you to put your money into. Also, some of the best advice that you'll find for your finance is in financial books. I know you probably aren't ever going to want to read a financial book, but I can tell you there are some great ones out there, such as Napoleon Hill, which is called How to Think and Grow Rich, which is a very cool one. I really love. It's not How to Think Rich, it's Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is great for financial advice for such a young age. Also, there are different versions of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Poor Dad, Poor Dad.
He's a rum and he. Oh, I ain't seen him. Are you?
That you can have for young people, so you could actually have a book that is tailored towards young people, and that is really cool. And read that. I think number three is a really important one, is learn self-control. I think it's very easy. I said it about going down to a cafe or something like that, little things, going down to the Co-op or the Tesco but buying a pack of sweets, £1 a day or something like that, a pack of gum. But we need to learn some more self-control because it's so easy to spend money. For me, whenever I get some money for birthday, Christmas money or just as a gift, I'll spend that straight away on some new clothes. Why worry? I don't really mind spending it on this. But yeah, you see, you need to learn some self-control. Because who knows what that money can be used for, apart from buying it for sweets. Because what we all know and what we need to see is that mounts up. It keeps on going. And £1 every day, that begins to snowball and turn into a big sum of money at the end of the year. So learn some self-control. Learn that it's better to not buy that new jumper and to invest it in something else or save it. Put it in a account in the bank that allows some interest so it grows. You may think it's not going to get a lot at the end of the month, but that's free money, people. That is free money if you save it. And that is really cool. And I'm saying about that because I need to start doing that. And I'm starting to do it on Monzo. with all the different pots and all the different savings account. Number 4, the final one, is start an emergency fund. I know it's young, and I know you're young, but who knows when you could need a little pot of money. I told you earlier, just a second ago, about Monzo and the different pots. Why not set up a pot that simply says emergency fund, and out of each month of the year, put some money into that and start seeing that grow into something that you can one day use in need. And that's really a good and wise thing to do as a young person. If you look at the people that are good at budgeting, are good at finance, they are going to go far in life because they know how to do it well and how to invest. And that is so important. If you want to run a business, you need to be very good at budgeting and finance when you're young, because that's important. If you can do it at the age of 16, when you've got a business at the age of 25, you know that you know how to save. And that's important. And that's what I'm going to encourage you today with. Be good at budgeting, be good at saving, be good at investing. And thank you so much for watching. This is NYNY Podcast. We're back again. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a great week. It's a Thursday. God bless. I'm praying for you. Keep going, even if it's hard. My phone's just gone off. I'm sorry about that. Thank you so much for watching. Good night. God bless. Perfect.
Sorry, mate.